Hello and welcome to Uddevalla in Sweden. It's our studio show, our live MX Live TV studio show. With me, Paul Malin, as always. I'm glad to say we've got perfect weather conditions here this weekend as well, compared to what we had 12 months ago and compared to what we had yesterday. Excuse me. Might hear the jet airliner just in the background. There's a bit of an air display going on here just for the fans. I'm guessing it's a Saab engined airline, a military plane, something like that. But we need to crack on here. I've got two guests joining me already, but the first one from Ice One Racing KTM, Xavier Boog, is going to have to shoot off really, really quickly. So we'll come to him first. Xavier, good to see you here in Sweden. You're 13th in a championship before you came here. But two Grand Prix in the season you couldn't ride. Why is that?
Yeah, I missed two GPs, and also in Qatar I crashed, and then I had an injury on my ankle, and it's why I stopped two GP. And because at the beginning I just tried to ride with this pain, but was too painful, and then I have to stop 6 weeks without bike. And now it's going better and better, and yeah, hope to improve this result until the end of the season.
And how's the injury now? You came back a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's going better. I still think about it when I take right corner. I'm scared a little bit to put foot on the ground. But it's going better, and yeah, I'm more confident now, and my riding is coming better.
You returned at your home Grand Prix at Ernée in France. Did you ride there because you felt you wanted to ride the home Grand Prix, or do you wish maybe you would have given it 1 or 2 more weeks and maybe came back for this race?
No, I raced there because I was not for sure 100%, but I had no pain anymore. I started riding for 2 weeks ago before Ernée, so I think it was time to come back.
In Italy, you rode pretty good, but the 9th place in the second race didn't reflect the way you rode. You made a good start. You had an unfortunate come together with Tony, which left you in that 9th place. But did you feel happy with Maggiora, the way you rode there?
Yeah, with the second moto I was more happy than the first one, because my riding was better, because I crashed 2 times in second moto. So I come back from 16 to 9, and yeah, I'm quite happy. It's coming better.
And just wait for the engine to slow down a little bit there. But you're on a new team this year and everything else. But last year, when you were riding for Kawasaki Racing, we went to Brazil. Obviously, it's every rider's dream to win a race, whether MX1, MX2, at least win a race or win a Grand Prix. You realized that dream when you took a race win in Brazil last year. What do you remember about that day? Not just about the race, but about the day itself.
Yeah, I remember after the first moto I was washing all my stuff because it was quite muddy. And I was thinking, yeah, it's not possible that we took the second start because it was so muddy and so difficult to race. And when I come back to my team, they say, hey, go, you have to prepare because there is a second race. So I just took a good start, and yeah, just then was like in a dream.
Obviously, you started behind Tenno Leok and Christophe Pourcel. Both of you found a way past Leok. But Christophe had won the first race quite easily, but you just seemed to close him down, and you made it look so easy yourself. But in the closing stages of the race, obviously, Clément de Sal was closing in. Did you feel nervous at that point?
Yeah. For last lap was I was really nervous, but I was thinking, yeah, you have to do it. You are so close to do it, so push, and yeah, I can win. So it was a really good result for me.
So you won a race last year. You're still in MX1. But how difficult is it to win in MX1 these days?
There is many good riders, not only one. So I think it's why it's so difficult to win a moto.
I know you do have to leave really quickly, and part of our MX Live TV studio show this year, we do have some questions coming from Twitter. Both of them are for you. From MX Tom 1995. What do you think about your season up till now? Do you feel less pressure with Ice One Racing than you did with KRT?
No, the pressure is quite the same. I put it myself. So that's not a problem from the teams. And for the moment, no, I'm not really happy about my season. But yeah, there is a second half of the season and I expect some better results.
Okay, and final question for you from SMEYSG, S-M-E-Y-S-G. Obviously, there was an announcement earlier today that Ice One Racing KTM will be running the factory Husqvarna team next year with Antti Pyränen, the team manager still. Do you plan to stay now at Ice One Racing with the Huskies in 2014, or is it too early to say?
Yeah, it's too early to say.
Okay. Just quickly then, before you go, how was your first race? You seem to be in a battle with the guy next to you for a little while.
We was battling a little bit together. Not really good. My start was not good, and then was difficult. Was really dusty at the beginning of the motor, so quite dangerous. I take care at the beginning, and then my rhythm was better at the end.
Okay, well, look, Xavier Boog, thanks for joining us here. Don't know why you have to shoot off, but you do, maybe to get some treatment injury or something like that.
Yeah, you have to go back. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, look, thanks, Xavier Boog from Ice One Racing KTM. We'll leave him to get off the headset. We'll bring in our other guests as well, Francois Lemarié from Kawasaki Racing Team. But David Philippaerts from Garibaldi Honda is here, and he was listening to that interview. David, it's a new bike for you, new team, Garibaldi Honda. But before we talk about that, last year injury prevented you from completing the season. You know, I guess that was quite disappointing after winning a race in Mexico.
Yeah, last year I know very good year for me. It's two injuries, one in 2011, one in 2012, here in Sweden last year. And it's not good for me because in the same moment I have to speak for many team for this year. And but after the team is it look me different, no. And but now I'm happy. I stay with a good team and good bike. I just keep race to race because it's for me now is 2 years stop, you know, and. You have to continue like that and better and better.
And it was 2 seasons, the same injuries, wasn't it? One just before the Czech GP at Lockett, and also here, just on the tabletop behind us. After, you know, winning a world title in 2008, and then you kind of come back and you have 2 seasons with injuries, the same injuries, and you cannot finish the season. How do you find the motivation to come back and come back stronger?
No, the motivation is not my problem. Motocross is my life. The problem is staying home, no, and endure. I don't know what I have to do when endure and like that. And it's not easy staying home. It's more easy coming the race for me. And the motivation is this one. I won't come in the race. And I want to push my better every GP and maybe come back same 2008, 2009 and the top level.
Well, we're talking about 2008, just looking at the images on screen here, of course. That was the year when you were riding for Yamaha that you won the World Championship at the final round in Faenza. That was a childhood dream, wasn't it, becoming reality?
Yeah, it's very big dream, and for me, we have a lot difficult race in 2008, but also a good race. And the last race in Faenza is amazing for me because I win the title in my country, in my track, with complete my family and everybody, and it's good, no?
Was there more pressure going into the final round because it was in Italy? I mean, the pressure is massive anyway because you're about to be world champion, but would you have preferred Italy, the home race with the support of the fans, or less pressure in somewhere like France?
No, for me it's better in Italy with with family and friend because he push a lot and it's good for my character when I have somebody Same my girlfriend stay all the time with me because he helped me a lot every day, every week, and it's important you have a very good friend or good guy back to me to help my every race.
We'll come back to you in a moment. I'm going to welcome in Francois Lemarrier. He's the team manager from Kawasaki Racing Team. Welcome to our live studio show, Francois.
Hello, Paul.
Good to see us. You might have to speak up just a little bit. You are the team manager, but you didn't always manage a team. You started out as a mechanic, didn't you?
Yeah, it was more technical side. I'm coming. I did all my school to become a mechanic. As a youth people, I was dreaming about racing, and I could reach it to enter in a CLS team before for 3 years. After I left to LS Honda with Clément de Sales, and then my previous boss called me back to get a new challenge to become team manager.
So how did that happen then? They just saw the success that you were having with LS Honda and Clément de Sales and said, you know, we want this guy on our team. And was the first conversation as a team manager, or was it to be a mechanic?
Yeah, as I told you, I know my boss Thierry Suzoni for a long time.
Yeah.
And he chose me as a person, and he knows that I could manage the team, yeah, as team manager. So,
is there more pressure as a mechanic, making sure there is no problem, or is it more pressure as a team manager?
When you are mechanics, you have to be focused only on your bike, so it's not easy as mechanic because they have a lot of pressure to get no DNF simply, and when you are team manager, you have a lot of different issues to solve. So.
Talking of which, is it difficult dealing with the riders now? Because, you know, first of all, you have to find a rider, sign a rider. The world has changed in a motocross paddock. More riders have agents and managers and this kind of thing. Do you have to deal with these guys in terms of talking about contracts? And if so, is it a difficult process, or is it one that you quite enjoy?
Oh, you know, it's a small world, so everybody know each other. And I discuss with riders, with agents, with Thierry Suzoni, take decision with Kawasaki for sure, as we are factory team. So it's all in process, and it's not so difficult. It's another part of my job.
Talking of the riders that you do have, Gauthier Paulin was a rookie last year for you, finished third in the championship, and then you've seen him win races and Grand Prix this year so far. I guess you're pleased with the performance, and certainly from the last couple of races where he's won motos in France and Italy, won the Grand Prix in Maggiora 2 weeks ago. What's next for him?
Yeah, next is to be focused to beat Cairoli, as we all know is a guy to beat, and we have to be consistent, win more GPs, and be always here like he is.
Well, this was 2 weeks ago in Maggiora. I mean, the atmosphere there was just incredible, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment, David. But this battle in that second race, Gauthier Paulin and, of course, Tony Cairoli, it was very, very close right until the final lap, wasn't it? And obviously, Gauthier came out. He withstood the pressure. He came out with the race win and the overall Grand Prix win. So I guess returning the compliment. Cairoli beat him in his home Grand Prix the week before in Ernée.
Yeah, for sure. It was a great moment. Was very difficult for my heart. And yeah, Gauthier shown that he can beat Cairoli on his ground, because Cairoli had all the ground for him, and Gauthier showed that he has a big mind, and he's strong in his mind.
David, obviously you live about, what, 10 or 12 kilometers from Maggiora.
Yes.
I know you rode last week with or 2 weeks ago with a retro Honda, kitted out in the 1986 colors. It should have been a big weekend for you, shouldn't it? But it didn't quite work out that way.
No, it's a very big week for me, but in the qualification race I have a second position, and I take go in the first, and after one big jump, my bike he wheelie and a very big crash, and I broke my nose. But yeah, it's hard for me no race in the second moto. I try in the first, but it's not easy. The track is so hard, and the second moto is not possible riding to me. And yeah, it's one race pass. Next year is the same race close to my home, and is good for me. Focus for next year in Major.
But everybody last weekend were pleased to be there. You know, one of the most iconic circuits, I guess made more famous because of the Motocross of Nations in 1986. But for you especially, did you sense the atmosphere on Saturday even?
Yeah, because my friend, my family come there, and this is good motivation for me to push. And I won't try to race, but my energy is finished, because when I broke the nose, much blood coming out, and for the race not possible go 100%. But I try for every race. I try, and you have to stop sometime.
I guess this was the final moment for you, though, wasn't it? In the first race.
Yeah, because I no more energy, you know. And
yeah.
When you don't have energy, no focus good, the line and the bumpy, and yeah, it's sometimes better stop and no push more for bad day, you know.
What were you feeling right there at that moment when you came into pit lane?
No easy.
Yeah.
Not easy, because it's MXGP, and I'm riding very fast. My lap time is one of the best, and it's not easy when stop. But you know, it's a race, no? And now in Sweden is different, and we see.
How's the season been so far for you? First 4 Grand Prix, you seem to struggle a little bit. I don't know if it was a lack of training on the bike before we arrived in Qatar, Thailand, or I know you don't have a problem with fitness, like you say, it's not the motivation. So the first 4 races, you were just a little bit off the pace. Why was that?
The problem is we start to test the bike. We start with a new bike, new team. When my body is not 100%, is I think so 50, and when I have to test the bike, I have the same speed than now, no? And when come in the first race, Qatar, Thailand, my motivation is go very fast, but the bike is not perfect. My body is not 100%. And for me, it's good stay in the top 10, and try after, no, to better and better. For me, Majora is a very good step in Saturday and Sunday, but a very big crash, and now we come back easy. But yeah, this year for me is same road dodge. You know, when you have to stay quiet to focus race to race. I have to keep the energy, the body. I have to condition the race, finish every race, and for next year. No, it's better stay 1 year with no broke nothing, and stay quiet and good and finish race for next year. No?
But since Bulgaria, round 5, the results started to be more consistent. Had you had more time to test and fine-tune some settings on the bike? Because
yeah,
you've been looking good since then, until obviously 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we test every day, every GP. Some parts in the suspension, some parts in the engine, the pipe, something. Because I like when testing the GP, because in the training is not same. No, the speed, the track is not same, and in France and the race before, Portugal, Brazil, we test a lot in the bike suspension, and now we have good step, a good bike, and now it's just Philippaerts have to come back. No?
Do you get any factory support from Paolo Martin and the guys at Honda World Motocross, or is it a privateer team?
No, it's a complete private team. We have everything. Giacomo Garibaldi take everything for Pro Circuit, and we take everything for suspension Kayaba factory, but it's coming everything from Garibaldi.
We come back to you, Francois. Seeing Gauthier making some decent starts, and there's a little rumour going around that you maybe have a nice little rear suspension, I don't know, like some advantage there or something, like in the same way the front forks we can pull down, you can do something with the rear shock that holds that down. How, I mean, is that something you've been testing for a long time, or is that something that...
Not for a long time. We have a new system. We try a lot to improve. We try always to improve the bike, even during the season. Nothing is perfect, even if the riders are happy with the Kawasaki. So sometimes we have to take some risks to introduce new parts during the season, and it seems that this part helps the riders to get better starts.
Both riders?
Yeah, both riders have same command, so we put on the two bikes, and we ride also since Ernée with a new hydraulic clutch. So it's all parts or from Japan or that we develop internally in the team.
Okay. New signing this year, Jeremy Van Horbik. He's an MX1 rookie.
Yeah.
Got some images of him here. Had a tough start to the season, didn't he, with an injury?
Yeah.
But again, another rider that seems to be finding some good form now. He's been many times top 4, top 5. What's changed with him? Is it the fact that he's now 100%, almost 100%, and getting used to the bike maybe?
Yeah, you know, the 450 bike is not that easy for a rookie in MX1. We know that Jerry could do some good results. Beginning of season was difficult with a finger broken before Qatar, so the first GP was not that easy for him. But he gets in the race, and he's doing what we expect from him.
We're mid of the season, and normally from around about now, people start talking about next year, contracts, that kind of thing. We had an announcement from Husqvarna saying they're going to come into the championship in 2014 in MX1 and MX2. But from your side of things, where do we stand with the riders? I guess Gauthier has a contract for 2014 in MX1. What about Jeremy?
Jeremy has a one-year contract with us, and it would be difficult to say that we will not keep him, because he's a good rider, and many people are coming to see him to know what he would like, and his wish today is to stay by KRT, by Kawasaki Racing Team.
But nothing is signed or discussed in big detail at the moment.
We are in discussion at the moment.
And what about you, David? 2014 one-year deal with Garibaldi at the moment?
Yeah, at the moment I like to stay there, but I open every possibility, you know, and I have 1-year contract, but we see. For me, it's good team, it's good bike. I have to just keep race, and some better race for look the other team. But I don't know now. In the moment, it's not easy.
No, we've got a tough schedule coming up now. You know, the first part of the season, it seemed to take a long time to get going. You know, we had the 2 flyaway races, and we came back, and then it was 1 race in Holland, then a break, and then 2 together, then we had a stop, and then Brazil. But suddenly we are here in Sweden, we have Latvia next week, then Finland. I think we have 8 Grand Prix in 11 weekends. Tough schedule for you as riders. What are you going to do? Do you fly to this race, or are you in the camper and you're going to drive from this race to the next 2?
This year we fly a lot, and because it's better for training, no? We go back home, and with possible training in the bike and bicycle running, and when have a lot of race like that in 11 week, is not easy. We have to stay also quiet in the training, not push much, for not coming tired in the race. But normally we go back at home, and we training all the week.
And from the mechanics point of view, Francois, okay, you're a team manager now. You got the big promotion, and you can fly to the race. But the guys that drive the trucks, the mechanics, you know, it's almost as tough this next 3 weeks, isn't it, as maybe doing the flyaway race, because they have to pack everything tonight. I guess they have to have a schedule to get a boat to get from here tomorrow to get to Latvia, and then we have the drive, and then we have to come back to Finland. So it's a really tense or intense schedule, isn't it, that your mechanics have
sure.
to face?
It's like the riders, they have to get some rest to feel good all the season, because the season is long. So we took the decision to let them fly as well. So they are lucky, and we just stay on the Monday to make the bike service ready for the next race. And then we fly back home to the workshop to go training with riders to make some development in the workshop. So we have to manage
The situation, I guess.
The situation, yeah.
Obviously, the last race in this 3 is in Finland, in Hyvinkää. First time we go back there since, I think, 91. What do you know about the track, both of you?
I don't know. I never see. I see just in the video.
Yeah.
And I look very good, nice track. And we see. I think so. It's coming very good race.
Heard it's sand. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like Sandy.
And before we go, because I know we've got like maybe 2 or 3 minutes left, all through the season since the first flyaway races, there's been a lot of talk about the future of the sport. There was obviously meetings after Maggiora. We seem to have something from that meeting that says we're not going to lose the 2-race format. It's still going to be 2 classes, MX2, MX1, but it's going to be renamed MXGP for the main class, for the Premier class. How do you feel about that, Francois, as a representative of Kawasaki? You think that was, first of all, the right decision to keep 2 races and 2 classes?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's important first to keep the 2 series, MX2 and MXGP now, as it will be. MX2 for youth people to take time to grow up on motocross bike. 250 are really efficient now, and MXGP is as an elite class, is the main class, and it's good to give more value to this.
And you share the same opinion, David?
Yeah, it's good. Stay a little bit same this year, and for me, I just the 23 year MX2 is not very easy. I think so. We have to take off, but it's also good for a young rider stay. But yeah, the two moto, I think so is the really motocross now, and the final race with 2 different bikes is not easy, and I think so for next year is very good GP.
2 more questions, 1 each, and then we're out of time. Gauthier Paulin had a tough first race, made some little mistakes. Was he just trying too hard, Francois?
He just crashed,
yeah.
And you know, when you crash in top 10, it's difficult to come back after the level is so tight this year. But he will for sure do and try to do better for the second moto.
Okay, and David, first race we heard just at the start of the program, you and Xavier were having your own little battle. Just a case of a bad start. Is it difficult to pass here?
Yeah, it's very difficult to pass, and we changed a lot the track to yesterday and today. Today is very dry and not easy to push the gas. And for me, it's not very good the race. I finished, I think so, 12. But okay, we have one more moto, and we'll see better for the second moto.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. Francois Lemarie, David Philippaerts, and of course Xavier Boog a little earlier on. Just before we go, just worth saying that this is the first of 3 races. Of course, we're in Latvia next week, then we're in Finland. We do have a ticket hotline there as well, so go to motocrossmx1.com, hit the tickets tab, and of course there's information there. And of course the MXGP Festival at Matterley Basin at the end of August. You can start buying your tickets and all the deals now as well. But that's it from Uddevalla here in Sweden. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a week's time when we do it all over again in Latvia. Thanks for watching. See you next time.